Dune Awakening is days away, so here's what you could do to maximize your game time and game enjoyment. So if you want the best Dune guides, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and Dune enjoyer. Since before the game is launched, and our first tip for you, we're not going to waste any time, is to be early, not just on time to the game's launch. I cannot stress enough that you really should be online before the actual game launches this coming Thursday, maybe about an hour just to be safe. Typically, devs are going to release the servers a little bit early on launch day if they can. We're going to include in the description for you a way for you to find out exactly when the server is going live for your time zone. Make sure to check that out, and we are actually going to be live 1 hour before the server launches on East Coast time, just in case, so come on down and hang out with us and talk all things Dune 1 hour before servers go live. Our next tip for you is about how to select a server for you and your buddies. Now, I don't recommend you just pick the first server that they give you. This is typically going to be the server that everybody just hops into, and if you're rushing, if you're trying to get in, most people are just going to click the first one they see. You're going to want to scroll down to the bottom, scroll halfway down, whatever you need to do. This will most likely help you to pick a less crowded server so that you and your buddies can coordinate day one. There's nothing worse than you picking a server, spending a couple hours, and your buddy signs on and the server's full and he's got to wait a couple hours to sign in. And if you really want to be safe, you can even wait a couple hours after the game launches and see which servers the content creators are picking, and especially the big ones. Now, the devs have, now a quick aside, the devs have announced as of today, dedicated servers. Yes, if you want to rent a server for you and your buddies to play on, this is something you can do at launch. Now, I announced to my Discord today that I am not going to be having a dedicated server at launch. Personally, I think there's going to be a lot of bugs at launch, like there always is. Server instability. I'm not going to be doing tech support. I'm going to focus on putting on good daggum guides and streams for all of you. That said, we will be getting a dedicated server in the future. When that is, we're not really sure. We're going to play in an official server as a community first, and then go from there. The focus for our community is going to be fun per hour, as we always do. We're not going to be pushing raid content, no server firsts here. Instead, we're going to have a good time at a decent pace, not too slow, not too fast. I have to go a little faster to be able to make the best daggum guides for you, but you can play at your pace if you're within our guild. More information on our Discord on that. Come on down if you want to play with us. My next tip for you is to do the character creator now. You can go make your character right now as you wait for the servers to launch. This is important because you can import your character the moment you start going live. And I know some of you want to really take your time on that character so you won't have to feel pressured to finish it up the morning of. So go download the character creator now and go get to getting, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's enough of out of game things. Let's talk about what you're going to do once you log into the game. Priority is going to set up a little main base for you to get going with. And we're going to have a guide coming out right after this on the best base locations in the first area, the Haga Basin South. So sub for that. We'll see you in those soon. And your first base should be something to set up basic crafting. Set up your first base, set up your basic crafters, and call it a day. You're going to set up those crafters to get your sand bike. You've seen this and all the other creators talking about this. Rushing your sand bike is super important because it really does open up a crap ton of the game. And when I was playing the beta, the sand bike was the biggest power spike I was able to get early on. And one of my final tips on base building for you, I recommend if you're going to a populated server that you rush the spot you want to go and just drop your base there. Even if you're going to be busy with other things, if you have a spot you know you're going to build in, just drop your sub fief now. That way you don't have to worry about it for later. Remember, base locations closer to points of interest are going to be contested. And while you can't exactly raid bases in Dune Awakening, that's not a thing in the Haga Basin. It will be a thing in the deep desert. More on that in another video. You will not be able to claim a spot if someone else has that spot. Now, we are committed to making incredible, enjoyable, and succinct Dune Awakening guides for you. So if you want all of our Dune Awakening guides, especially if you're watching us towards launch, check out this playlist, bookmark it. We're going to give you all the goodies. And sub right here. We're going to be live streaming the game at launch, 12-hour streams. We're going to have a good time. We'll see you there. Thanks very much, y'all. We'll see you in the next video.